welcome to video production here at the American Academy. It's at the International School of Ho Chi Minh City. American Academy, home of the SWAT. You are now on my video for life. What we are going to be doing today is our first assignment. This is where you're going to be doing an assignment where in video production you really have to have like an introduction. You want to see the name of the person that's talking. So we are going to be taking and putting together just a real simple splash screen. You can be a little bit more elaborate when you turn yours in. This is what the final product looked like for the other period. So let's go ahead and we're going to do one ourselves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go new. I'm asking that you put it in this default Photoshop size. I ask that you name it. So let's see, Fox Sun.
Oh, Gibson.
No. So what we're going to do is I've got my blank palette to start with. What I've done already is I have pulled in a photo of myself. I took this last period. I'll open up the green screen room so that you can use it. If you are wearing green like I am today, it'll add a layer of difficulty, but it's not that bad. We're going to be removing the background out of here like I've showed you before. So what I've done is I pulled the layer in by going File, Open. I find the file that I have.
Gibson file.
I say Open. It's going to say, oh, it's already open. I'm going to go Control A. You can also go Edit. Or I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to Select. You're going to select All. I'm going to go Edit. Copy. The keyboard shortcut is Control C. Control C. I'm then going to bump over to my Foxen assignment. I'm going to paste it in there. Now, this is sort of huge. That's okay. I'm going to resize it just so you can see what I'm doing. You can see the picture's huge. If you hold down, if you don't hold down Shift, it resizes it in a funky way. So I'm going to turn over. I'm going to pull it down. Pull it down. If you do not hold down Shift, you can see it gets horrible. If you hold down the Shift key, hold down the Shift key is the moral of the story. So here we go. Oh, that is nice. That is nice.
The horror of one side.
Okay, so we zoom in. Boom, 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 boom. Pow. Okay, so we got that. Didn't hold down Shift. So I'll resize it just a spotch bit, and of course, let's just go with that for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the background. I'm going to unlock it, hit enter, unlock my background, say OK. I'm going to get rid of it for now. What I'm going to then do is I'm going to go to select. I'm going to select the color range. I'm going to select that greenish looking thing. No, I don't want to do that.
You have reached 1 minute.
Okay, so we're going to go plus. Actually, let me sample this again. Boom. I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm going to bring my fuzziness just down a little bit. I'll get that corner here in a minute. So I say okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm hitting Control plus to zoom in. Oh, that is a nice photo.
That's so ugly.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my quick select tool. I've got my plus sign hit, and I'm just going to kind of push that up there. I'm then going to go to Refine Edge. I'm going to bring my Smart Radius up just a scotch bit. Maybe that's too much. Right about there. Let's go there. And then I'm going to bring my smoothness up, you know, just to make things so smooth.
You're not smooth.
I will show you in After Effects how to make things smooth as well, because I'm all about being smooth.
You're not smooth, you're rough.
Okay. We say okay, and then we're just going to go Control X and delete that background out. You're going to notice that there is some discoloration there. You can just kind of cut that out as you see fit. It's just some leftovers from the edge. You certainly can take your time and make this a little bit more thorough, but for this video, I'm going to go ahead and leave what I got. What we're going to then do is we're going to be bringing in some shapes to make our splash screen, make us an area that we can then put our text. So what I've got is I've got this one, and I'm going to make a second one just to add some interest to it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my first ellipse. I'm going to go to Image, Edit I'm going to go to Transform Path, and I'm going to do some warp. Just to make this a little more interesting, I'm going to warp the shape of this just a scotch bit. Scotch, a little scotch here, just to make it a little bit more wavy. Have it tail off like that. I don't know, something like that. Let's have it curved down. Oh, that's nice there. So now we have this shape here, just to show you what it looks like. Oh, that is nice. Okay. What I'm going to then do is go to this ellipse. I'm going to change the color of this. I'm going to fill it with a blue. And then I'm going to bring my opacity down just a little bit so it shows through, just to add a little bit of interest. I then am going to move that actually in my layer sandwich down a little bit. I guess that's okay. Let's bring that opacity up a little bit. I'm going to go to this layer, bring the opacity down just a little bit there. Okay, let's go there. This is looking okay. I'm going to put one more layer in there just for interest. I'm going down to here. I'm going to put another ellipse just to have a bottom edge. Just to kind of give it, kind of looks like a hillside or something like that. Okay. What I'm going to do is actually on this one, I'm going to bring my opacity all the way back up. I'm going to pull this back in front. I didn't like the way it turned out. Let's pull this back in front just so we have some contrast. Okay, I then can go into edit. I'm going to go to transform path just a little bit. I'll do a little bit of warp on this one as well. I just don't like having shapes that are the same. So let's pull this down here. And I actually kind of want to follow this other edge with this. So I'm going to curve this. I'm going to curve it such that it follows that previous one that we had. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to bring my opacity down just a little bit more, just so it has a different hue. So there we go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my text tool. I'm going to select text area there, and I'm going to type in my name. This is what you'll be doing as well. I know, open your eyes, you will be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and hit this check mark for now. I'm going to pull that up above, and we now have our text showing. Oh, that is a nice one. That's some nice text. If you need to edit your text, you can go ahead and click on it. I'm going to take and I'm going to make this, I'm thinking a dark blue, just to kind of keep with this theme. I know it's not showing up great, but we will adjust that. So I'm going to bring my font size up just a touch, just by using the scroll wheel here. I've changed my color. And I'm not going to put any kind of a text effect on it right away. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say Resident Fox, I think. Resident Fox. Sure. Okay, I've got my text on there. I'm okay with how it is aligned. If you want to do a right align, that would probably make more sense here. So let's go here. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. With the bottom line, I am going to make it just a touch bit smaller because that's secondarily important to the name. Okay, what we do now is we're going to go right click. We're going to go to our blending options. I'm going to put a bevel and emboss, and I'm going to put a drop shadow on it. So on the bottom, and you can see it's starting to pop out. I'm going to do a little bit of an integral, but that's a bit too much, so I'm going to bring my opacity down.
When will this ever end?
I know, right? So we say okay, boom, good, yes. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go file. I'm going to open a picture I grabbed off the internet. I'm just going to grab this one. Again, I'm going Control A, Control C. I'm going back to Fox Sun. I'm going to paste this in there. Again, it's hugerific. I make it smaller by holding down Shift.
From the explosion.
Oh yes, like a superhero might.
Because cool guys don't look at explosion.
Nah.
Yeah.
So we'll go here. Let's call that resized well enough. You're like, oh my gosh, where did Swanson go? Look who's back. Swanson's back.
With explosion.
And I got the explosion in the background. Again, this is kind of annoying me. So let's do this. Let's go make myself a little bit bigger. I'm going to make myself as big as the explosion. Off to the side. Epic photo, right? What we're going to then do is we're going to go save as. When you have a Photoshop document, you're going to want to save it as a PSD. You're also going to want to export it. In working with exportable documents, you need to have it as a JPEG. Within After Effects, you're going to export it as like an M4V or a video format that people can use. Otherwise, they have to have After Effects. So we're going to save it. It saves. You're going to want to have it as big as possible usually. Sometimes you want to shrink down your file size. As soon as you got it, you can then open it. It's going to open up in Windows Photo Viewer or whatever. Go to Edmodo, turn it in. This is the end of the screen cap.